And the first one is, when did you know you wanted to go into law enforcement as a career?
Well, they say the good Lord works in mysterious ways, and it's certainly no exception when it comes to my law enforcement career. It was kind of, I guess, three different things that kind of impacted my decision. Number one, my uncle, back in the 1960s, was actually a deputy sheriff in Kent County, Michigan, in Grand Rapids area. And as a little boy growing up, I remember hearing stories about that. Unfortunately, he died when I was fairly young in an off-duty accident, but that kind of maybe planted the seed of going into law enforcement. And of course, I had a friend whose father used to work in Albany, New York, and hearing stories about his dad and kind of the whole the theme of being on the side of the good guys, you know, and that always intrigued me a little bit. And then what really was the tipping point for me going into law enforcement was one Sunday afternoon. I was watching one of those news programs on TV back in the 1980s. I had graduated high school within a year or two prior to that. And in the Tampa TV market, there was a gentleman, an anchor. His name was Bob Height. And he used to do a lot of stories about boating and things like that. And this particular Sunday afternoon, he was talking about boating safety, and particularly the Marine Patrol, which no longer exists. It's merged with Game and Fish now, but at the time it was the Florida Marine Patrol, and he was talking about that and talking about opportunities, particularly to volunteer with them. And so I started volunteering as a Florida Marine Patrol auxiliary officer, and I loved it so much. I got fully certified as a law enforcement officer and started working for them part-time. And then a couple of years later, I actually went to work full-time with the state of Florida with the Division of Alcoholic Beverages and Tobacco. So I kind of eased into it, not like some people where they jump into it with both feet. I had eased into it volunteering and then doing part-time, and then decided I wanted to do it full-time.